If you're not applying these strategies effectively, you might just be doing a wasted set. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make sure you can make every set count. This video is going to focus on the things to do in the workout to optimize each set for muscle growth. But if you're interested to see things that you can do outside the gym to make sure you're optimizing muscle growth as much as possible, I'm going to put a link at the end of this video, so make sure you check that one out too. The first step is picking the right exercise and the right weight. Now, this is too big of a topic to go into detail in this video, but I want to stress that the exercise does matter, and you want to make sure you're using the right weight so that you can meet certain criteria, which we're going to talk about in the next several points. If you're not sure which exercises are best for you, do some research first, try out a few, and then pick the ones that feel best for you based on your comfort, preferences, and which ones that you enjoy. Point number 2 is technique. Technique is critical to ensure you're training the muscles that you intend to train and to avoid injury. Doing an exercise incorrectly, like the bench press, can shift the focus from your chest to your shoulders. And while cheating might allow you to lift more weight, it's likely going to train the wrong muscles and it's going to set you up for injury. If you can force a lighter weight to have the same muscle building effect, you'll be much better off and you'll have less wear and tear on your body. If you're not sure how to do a certain exercise, look up tutorials online or on YouTube. Number 3 is to focus on the eccentric portion of the lift and the stretched range of that lift. So the eccentric portion, not necessarily being more effective for training, but it's important in the sense that you need to control the weight. And if you're not allowing yourself to control the weight, you're going to risk injury and you're losing out on a lot of potential muscle growth. The other factor is that stretch portion of the lift. Research is showing that that actually is the portion of the exercise that is the most important for stimulating muscle growth. So you do not want to miss out on that opportunity by allowing a good stretch in a bench press or in a bicep curl, whatever the exercise may be. When the muscle is in that stretched position, that is where you want to really focus on making sure that you are going slow and giving it the best efforts you can and not trying to cheat your way through that portion of the lift. Anywhere between 2 to 6 seconds for that full range from start to finish is going to be effective. Leaning more to the side of 4 is probably better for most people because that way they're going to ensure that they're not rushing any step and risking injury. And if you want to do a more forceful portion in the lift or a speed portion in the lift, the initial press sort of thing in a bench press might be the best spot, the start of the lift, to work on that power. And then on the way down, the eccentric portion, making sure you're controlling it, especially into that deep stretched position. Number 4 is to ignore the weight and the reps that other people are doing for a given exercise. The actual weight and the number of reps is not really that important. What really matters is getting an effective stimulus to the muscle, which can be done with a variety of different weights. You just have to make sure you're doing the exercise effectively and getting yourself somewhat close to failure in that exercise, which is going to take us right in to step number 5. You need to train hard. When the exercise gets difficult, do not give up. You have to push through it. You need to train within 2 to 3 reps of failure. If you don't know what that feels like, just go to failure at least once per workout per that exercise so that you know where that line is. And if it works better for you, just really get within that one last rep of failure until you're more comfortable with what it feels like to get between 2 to 3. You need to push that close to failure in order to really stimulate those muscles to grow. And last but not least, probably the most important one is rest. Rest between sets, rest between days working that particular exercise or muscle group, and sleep. Sleep technically is something that occurs outside of the gym, but I definitely want to touch on it because it is that important. So how long should you be resting between each set? I recommend 2 to 3 minutes. Research has shown that that is an effective range. Any less than 2 minutes, you're risking your body not recovering enough to push close enough to failure to get that stimulus. And waiting longer than 3 minutes just kind of is a waste of time. And so for the more difficult lifts, the compound movements where you're burning out your kind of entire body a little bit more, maybe rest more like 3 minutes, and more the isolated movements, 2 minutes is just fine. If you want to speed up your workout, you can do supersets. So you do one exercise and then do a different exercise of a different muscle that you can do during that rest period. The next part is rest between workouts. The optimal amount of rest between training that same muscle again is 2 days or 48 hours. Definitely make sure you're resting your muscles, because if you're not allowing them to recover, you're not going to have an effective workout. and you're not allowing enough time for the muscles to recover from that stimulus and build the muscle that it needed to. And you're gonna set yourself backwards potentially. And sleep. If you're not getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep, please make sure you focus on your sleep. It's just so important. It's gonna give you the energy you need to have an effective workout, but it's also an important time where your body recovers so that you have, the physical capacity to do that workout and the muscles to recover. If you're not getting enough sleep and you're not allowing your body enough rest, it doesn't matter how much you work out, you're not gonna see progress. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. Definitely make sure you check out the link to the video where I talk about all the different ways that you can optimize your muscle growth outside of the gym. And if you're interested in seeing a video on an effective workout plan that can be done in just 30 minutes a day, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that video that will be coming out fairly soon.